Hey everybody, how you doing? Mark here, standing in my kitchen, ready to not cook today. That's right, we're not cooking today. We got a few things to talk about. So yes, this video will be kind of an update review on the Michelangelo Kitchen pot and pan set that they sent to me a year ago. They contacted me, I didn't reach out to them, and they said, hey, would you mind trying our pots and pans and giving a review on them? And I said, sure, you know, as long as it can be an honest review. I'm not going to sit there and read from a script or anything. And it's like, they're like, that's exactly what we want. So this is now my honest review. I did a video on these when I first got them, did a unboxing of it, gave my first impressions of them. But now, a year later, it's time to actually give a review on how these pots and pans have been holding up. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing we need to talk about with these pots and pans are the durability of the set. You know, how do they last? Because that's the part that counts, okay? First, I want to talk about the lids. All 4 lids. I've got one this size, one a little bit smaller, and 2 that are bigger, okay? All of them around this little lip right here around the lid, all in excellent shape. They haven't dented or anything like that. I've seen no rust getting on the inside of there. Even where it folds over on top of the glass, it's all looking good. It's not rusting or anything. The glass itself has not cracked or broken. They're all in great shape. And all the handles, all the little riveted handles on there are all still super sturdy. They don't wiggle around. They haven't loosened up. The blue silicone that they put on the top, all of them are in really good shape. They have not been really nicked up. They're not ripping apart or coming loose or anything. So the lids are doing fabulous. I could not be happier about that. So yeah, lids, very good. Now, when it comes to the durability of the non-stick finish that they use, I can't remember what it's called or what they call it. Let's see, this one here, see if I can get it to show up in the, see if I can get the light to reflect off of it. You can see scratches right there. You see those? And I think what had happened is that one of my daughters or my wife or something was sitting there chopping up hamburger with a metal spatula. And I think that's what created those scratches in there. But that did not affect the non-stick coating to the pan. I can still drop an egg in here and fry it up. It will not stick, even with those big gouges in there, okay? That's pretty impressive if you ask me. And again, all the handles on all the pots and pans are solid. The silicone hasn't loosened up or anything like that. So yeah, the durability is great. Yeah, you get that brown coating on there from food kind of dripping down the edge and stuff, and it burns into that. You take a metal SOS pad and you can sit there and take that off for the most part. Now, on this pan here, don't know if you can see it, there's a line right there. And that line is actually because I nestle this pan on top of this pan. So when they're, so that's how it sits. And I think that's what's wearing on the side of this pan, is just by the way I stack it. If I would have done that, there wouldn't have been an issue, but I don't do it that way. Now, I have no idea what has caused this, because in this pot, we don't put anything in here for storage or anything like that. But see if I can get that. You see right there, Okay, I don't know what caused those scratches. Okay, it's probably a good inch and a half off of the side of the pot, and I really don't know what caused it. I don't know if it's from stirring with a spoon. I don't know if somebody used a metal spoon and was really whipping it around, or maybe a whisk or something like that. Could have been. But yeah, again, it kind of scraped it up a little bit, but it has not affected the non-stick surface. So, yep, it's pretty cool. And then, of course, they also gave me two little heat-proof utensils, a little spatula and a little scooper spoon. I love these type of spoons, especially for like chili and stuff like that. And they've held up. They have not become really super weak or anything like that. And they're good to heat resistant to 210 Celsius. I think that's something like 400 degrees or something like that. So yeah, as far as the durability of those Michelangelo Kitchen pot and pans, excellent. They really are. Now, the only con that I have against these pots and pans, I wish they were slightly bigger, okay? When it comes to, okay, let's say we're just making spaghetti. We used a canned spaghetti sauce, a pound of hamburger, and then we boil off the spaghetti noodles, right? Okay, that's normally how people do it. When you put 1 pound of hamburger in here and brown it off, as you're chopping up that burger and breaking it apart, this pan is so small, you know, in the diameter, that you might be flipping burger out of the pan as you're chopping it up, just because the size isn't quite right. And then you go to put your spaghetti sauce in here, and now the pan is like really full, and it's hard to really stir it in without sloshing the sauce all over the place. So yeah, when it comes to cooking, I think that this is a little bit small. I think this is like a 9.5 inch wide skillet. I would prefer like to see like at least a 10 inch, okay? I have a 10 inch one, looks just like this, except, you know, it's stainless, it doesn't have the non-stick coating. And I've never worried about, you know, meat or anything come flying out or things sloshing over the edge when I just do something easy like a spaghetti. And then, speaking of spaghetti, to use this is a, what is this? I think it's a 5-quart. Yeah, I think this is a 5-quart stock pot. So if you were to put your water in here, and then once it gets to the boil, you put your spaghetti noodles in, again, you don't get much water in here. And then when you add the spaghetti noodles, it takes a while for it to soften up and get to where it's fully submerged. Again, it's just a little small. I wish it was a little deeper. I wish it was like a 6-quart. I really do. And then to me, that would be a more reasonable thing than just this little 5-quart size. Just again, it's just a little tight. Speaking of which, this little saucepan, it's actually quite nice for doing like canned soups or something like that, or maybe mixing up a quick gravy or something. Nothing wrong with that. But again, it's a 2-quart size. So again, it's a little small. Okay, I understand. You can use small stuff. That's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, for a family guy, you're always thinking, well, you know, you're making mac and cheese for the kids and stuff like that. So you use something like this where you can add a little more water, then you add the noodles and stuff. Again, I wish it was bigger, so you don't have to worry about, God, that just doesn't look like enough water or something like that, you know, because you only put a little bit of water in here, and then when you put the noodles in, it's like right up to the edge, and boil over can happen so quickly. So again, This is a 2.5 quart. I wish it was a 3 quart. That's really the only thing about these pots and pans, is that I wish the size was just a little bit bigger to accommodate a regular sized family, you know, of 4 people. The sizes are just a little small. Okay, I've got a 3 quart pot that I use to make mac and cheese. I have no worries or qualms about, you know, putting in too little water or not having enough room to stir. So yeah, I just wish Michelangelo Kitchen would make their stuff a little bit bigger. All right, guys, that is it. The pots and pans have been awesome. I am going to keep using them. We do like them. All right, we are trying to keep on figuring out other ways of cooking, but because of the sizes, we use 3 different pots and pans that we've already had on hand just to make up for the sizes of these. I have a 3 quart saucepan, I have a 10-inch saute pan, and I have a 6 quart stock pot. So the issues I have with the sizes of these, I can make up with other pots and pans that I have. All right, now, like my chili recipe, you know, the simple chili recipe that I made a few years back fits very nicely in here. Okay, I have no problem doing that. But just like I said, just to cook off spaghetti, because you want close to a gallon of water to boil spaghetti noodles. You can't really do that in here because it comes up so high on in the pot. Once you add your spaghetti, you've got almost no room to stir. That's my only quarrel about these, is my only con. All right, anyway, enough about the pots and pans. They are great. If you want to, go out and purchase them. I do have a link down below, and it's like the only really thing that I have. But I want to talk a little bit now about channel news and updates. And I think in 2023, there's going to be a slight change to the video rotation that I'm currently on. My cooking videos don't do very well. And because of that, I am going to I don't want to say I'm going to take it out completely, that I'm not going to cook anymore, because I'm a trained chef. Food is a big part of my life and I like it. But having said that, I am going to take a majority of it out and replace it with the hiking and the motorcycling, the stuff that people really want to see. But like I said, it's not that I'm wiping it out completely, but I am going to reduce the quantity of cooking videos that I have. And maybe I won't even cook. Maybe it'll be like a restaurant review or something like that instead. So yeah, I might just change that up. I'm still trying to figure out the whole thing, but in my head right now, that's where it's going to stand, is that the cooking video tier is going to drop just a little bit. I am going to focus more on the hiking and the biking. That's what people want to see. Having said that, 2022 was a rough year as far as expenses for the house. So we ended up canceling out our Route 66 trip. Jen told me I could probably go this year. However, that has now changed, that I will not be able to go this year either, because we had some major expenses come up. And I'm going to take you outside and show you what we've been doing, okay? Let's go. Okay, so to give you a little bit of a taste of stuff that has been going on around here on why I can't do Route 66 this year either, it's because, one, my old grill there has rusted out. You guys may have seen pictures of that. I can't remember if I posted them up or not. So I ended up buying a new grill, pretty much the exact same grill. I do enjoy the grill. They're cheap and stuff, but I tell you, I really like them. But one of the main things that we have done is that we have poured a concrete slab. This is a 15 by 30 foot concrete slab, actually a little over 30 feet because they had to cut into the alleyway back there in order to get some good solid material to butt up against. It's just to park our new trailer on. You know, we had it sitting here just in the grass and stuff, and it was killing off the grass. It wasn't looking good. So we've got a full concrete slab here to park our camper. But on top of that concrete, our front walk right here, right in front of our steps, was all broken up and everything. So I asked the concrete people if they could do that as well, get that all taken out and replaced. And on top of that, I bought a new truck. I needed something a little stronger to help pull the camper, okay? So I went with a Dodge Ram. This is like a baseline model. It's called the Express. So it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles to it and stuff, but I really like it. I love that color blue. It's just nice. I just love it. And then the other thing that's going on right now, and we don't know how much this is going to cost, but Angel is in the shop now. Back when I did my 3-day motorcycling trip and I was up in Door County and I was doing all those rustic roads and stuff, she just wasn't feeling right. When I was getting up to around 50 miles an hour or so, there was like a vibration, and it did not feel like it, at least to me, it did not feel like it was coming from the wheels. You know, usually if a wheel goes off balance, you know, you kind of starts getting a little shaky and stuff. And I don't think it was that, because it seems like whenever I popped the throttle and put the engine under a little bit of stress and strain, that's when it was really shaking hard. So I'm wondering if maybe my cam chains might be wearing out, or maybe the cams themselves are wearing out. I just don't know. So I'm still waiting to hear from the shop. It's already been there for 3 weeks, and they said there would probably be another 2 weeks before they even get to it. So unfortunately, I've been missing out on a lot of good riding weather. But the good thing about that is that I've got a lot of that camping footage, you know, doing all those rustic roads and everything that I can fall back on. So luckily, I've got enough motorcycling footage to get me into 2023. So yeah, as you can see, there has been a lot of stuff going on around here and a lot of money flying out of our checkbook. Okay, now a few other things about the channel. Okay, I already told you that the cooking will probably drop in quantity. I might do like 1 cooking video a month or something like that, or maybe 5 weeks or something. I'm going to primarily try to do hiking and motorcycling. That being said, I've been trying to figure out how my channel can become more sustainable. I have always been against asking my subscribers, my viewers, to support me and pay money to do memberships and premieres and live chats and all this other stuff. I want to know from you guys. Please make a comment down below. Would you be interested in that stuff? I've always wanted my channel to grow through AdSense. I don't want to take money from you guys. I want to take the money from the big wealthy corporations for their paid advertisings, okay? But it's not working out the way I was hoping. And I think it's primarily because I don't do the premieres and the memberships and the super chats and all this other stuff that viewers pay for these YouTube products. I guess that's what I can call it. But I think I don't push that stuff. It's not on my channel, so YouTube does not push my channel. Okay, they don't sit there, you know, if you go through a recommended list, you're going to get a lot of the big channels out there because they do that stuff. They do the premieres, they do the memberships, they do all that. And so YouTube says we got to promote these guys because they're promoting our products in the process. I'm hesitant on doing it. I really am, but I want to know from you guys, would you be interested in a members only section? I'll make small videos and stuff that are just for members. We can have a live chat session. You can ask me questions and, you know, tell me how stupid I am for doing stuff. But yeah, let me know down below. I want to take a poll. What do you think about these paid products that YouTube pushes out to you guys? Are you interested in doing that with the channel here? Okay, I don't know. I don't care what you guys do with the other channels. What about my channel? Do you want those paid items for this channel? So this is Mark saying thank you so much for watching, and always believe in your heart, soul, mind, body that you can do what you want to do and enjoy it. Nothing wrong with that. Bye guys.